Greetings and welcome to our daily Devo for this Tuesday, the 15th of October today. And again, we're using the book, Whom Shall I Fear? Put out by Voice of the Martyrs. Today's devotion comes from Proverbs chapter 8, verses 12 and 13. I, wisdom, and that's one of the earmarks of Proverbs. Wisdom is the one speaking here. It's kind of different, but that's the whole goal of Proverbs, to share wisdom. I, wisdom, dwell with prudence, and I find knowledge and discretion. The fear of the Lord is hatred of evil. Pride and arrogance and the way of evil and perverted speech I hate. Appropriate words for the days in which we live, for sure. How do you know if you fear God? If you find that you hate the evil God hates, pride, arrogance, deception, deceit, that is a good sign. If you long for speech that's pure, for intentions that honor God, that is another good sign. What is the state of your heart today? Are you delighting in things God hates? Confess to God those places where you need Him to align your heart with His. Again, these are always brief thoughts, except for every once in a while there's a couple of page length one. But as I read those two verses in Proverbs, I really can't think of truths, of thoughts more appropriate to our day and age than that. There seems to be many people who like to twist the truth or just flat out tell lies and keep telling those lies, trusting that people will eventually believe that those lies are truth. And that's not God's heart. Jesus said He was the way, the truth, and the life. And by coming to Him, we learn the truth that sets us free. Lies never set anybody free. They just create more bondage. It's harder to be a liar than to be a truth teller, because if you're a liar, you've got to remember, how did I spin that story last time I talked to these people? Whereas if you're telling the truth, there you go, the truth and nothing but the truth, as they say in court. And that's wisdom. Being a person of truth, being a person who indeed is often seeing other people sin and find it disturbing. That's when you know your heart is more in tune with God's heart. You don't excuse it. You don't approve of it in any way. You just keep turning away from that and turning toward God's truth. And that's the way to not have fear in one's heart and in one's life. Pride and arrogance and the way of evil and perverted speech I hate. And although the character speaking is given the word wisdom, we know it's God speaking those truths through those who added to the book of Psalms and the different passages in the book of Psalms. If God hates it and we're not opposed to it, we better check our spiritual pulse and make sure we go see the Holy Spirit doctor and confess and ask for the light to shine in us once again, that we might not be comfortable in the darkness, living in the ways of the darkness. Being a Christian is there's a lot of twists and turns if we're not careful. Again, when the Lord taught us to pray, taught his disciples to pray, and through them us, we're supposed to be aware that there's an enemy around and ask every day the Lord, help us to resist any temptation he brings our way. Protect us from the evil one, because he can be tricky. And we are seeing it in our day and age when those who should know better are falling for some of his tricks. That's a sad note today, really, but it's a reminder, be on our toes. Be on our spiritual toes, aware that things need investigated, using God and his word as the standard for that checking whether things are right or not. Blessings to you today.